Hi, Kathy Karras Artist, and today I'm talking about papers, watercolour paper in particular that I like to use. I always like to use Arches watercolour and watercolour paper, and because it's a great product and takes a lot of paint, and the paint just seems to work perfectly on it. So I talk a lot about using these watercolour blocks for plein air painting and travelling, which they're great. But if you're in your studio or in a classroom situation, you might prefer to have the loose paper. It's actually cheaper to buy the paper in the books in the loose form. And I'm talking about this type of thing where the paper is loose, whereas opposed to the blocks where they're kind of glued in. So anyway, what I do is, there are several ways of doing this. You can stretch the paper, but I find by using such a good quality 300 GSM Arches watercolour paper, I can just tape it to the board, and I could talk about stretching another time, but that's how I usually work. Just taking off a piece of just regular masking tape, and I tape a good section of the paper onto the board. If you don't tape enough of the paper, you end up with it popping out. So you do waste a little bit of paper that way, but it's the best way. Another piece on this side, so all the way around you're putting masking tape around your paper to hold. This holds it to the board so that you can paint on that piece of paper without it moving. Okay, so all ready. Make sure it's nicely taped down. So yeah, that would be ready to paint on now. So I would start drawing and painting on that. And when it's totally dry, I just simply take the tape off, and you end up with an edge around your painting. So it's a nice clean edge. It always looks great when you take the tape off. Of course, it's also good to have that edge around your painting. When you take it to the framers, this part goes under the mat, and it just keeps it nice and secure under the mat for framing. Anyway, that's what I do to tape my paper to the board. Enjoy painting. Thank you.